Hey guys, I'm Jim from threecubebros, and this is going to be the second part in solving the 5x5 Professor Cube, Rubik's Professor Cube. Anyways, so now we're on to the second step, which is edge pairing. And if you know how to solve a 4x4, and we have a tutorial on that, you know that edge pairing is the second step in which you pair up these edges so that they are correct. So, for example, let's quickly do one edge. And I just matched up that blue-white. It's the same idea on the 5x5, that you have to match those up, except you have to do it twice so that you can completely finish all three of these edges. So I'll show you some algorithms and some examples. So I'll start with this red-blue edge. Whenever you're doing edges, always find the center edge and then work from there. So since you have a center edge, now you have to find some other edges. So the blue-red edge, so I need two of those, but you have to do one at a time. So I found one here, a blue-red edge, and I'll bring it down. And if you want to pair up two edges, they have to be in a checkerboard formation. So blue-red, and checkerboard, blue and red, like that. They can't be the same, or else it won't work. And then you simply just turn it once and match it up. So I'll show you what would happen if it wasn't in a checkerboard. So blue-red, and they're both red, so not checkerboard. And if you put it in, it'll be reversed. And that's actually very inconvenient, because you have to take it out and then reinsert it the proper way. So always remember to have it in the right position. So it's really easy. When you do have it in the right position, just bring it over. You can bring this over, or you can bring this over, but match them up. And then you can either use the 4 edges on top or the 4 edges on bottom. I usually use the edges on top. And you move it up. Once you have the edge on the top layer, you can bring a different edge down. So since these two edges aren't matched up, you can just bring it back and it won't mess anything up. After you have replaced the edge, and you can just bring it back down again, you have to get the third one. So let's continue with our blue-red edge. So where's the last blue-red piece? It's actually really conveniently right in front of us, blue-red. So you might be wondering how you orient this in the correct position to be here, because it has to be blue-red here. Some ways you can put this piece correctly oriented in here is, I can think of two, I think. You move it down, you move it into place so it's correct, and then you move that edge back up, so now it's in the correct place. Another way to do that is a bit longer. So what you do is move it away, move this forwards, and then move it back, and then undo the F move for an F prime, and that's still in place. So now we have this in place, so we can do the same thing, just match them up, and I'll do the same thing again, move it up, and replace it with anything that is not complete. Obviously, all three of these edges are not complete, so you can just bring down anything, and then match the centers back up. So now you have one edge. Good job. Even though I had some better cases, I just started with a completely unsolved one on purpose. But what you would usually do is choose the ones that are more complete, like this orange-white one. So now you only have to do one instead of two. So let's find the other orange-white, and it's here. So another example is, it's really easy to do. Move it away, F, so like that, and then put it into place, and then obviously you have to undo the F move if you're going to match them up. So again, you can match them up, and you can just replace them, all three edges, with anything on the top layer that is not complete. And obviously this is complete, so I can't replace that, or else I'll just mess that up. And I can replace it for this, because that's not done, and just match it up, and I have two edges now. So you just continue doing that until you have a few more edges, in which you have to actually focus on like the edges that are remaining on either the top or bottom sides. So I'll just do one more example and then finish most of the edges, and then show you how it's done from there. So blue-white is right there. So other blue-white edges here. So you can just From this, it's really easy actually. You just put it into place. F, move this back up, undo this move. Now it's in place. So match it up, choose something that's not gonna be messed up. And even though this is matched up, it's actually reversed, so it doesn't matter. And then you fix that. Once again, you bring the blue white down and find the last edge. It's over here. And then just move it into place, down, F, up, F prime. And since now they're once again in place, move it over, match them up, replace it with something that won't be messed up, and then finish that. So that should give you a good idea of how to correctly put the pieces into place so you can match them up and actually match up the edges. So I'll complete the first 8 edges, and then I'll teach you how to do it from there. When you have all 8 edges, top and bottom complete, you can't replace it with anything. So what you're going to have to do is just move a layer, such as this layer right here, and you just put it in the layer, and then you can replace it with that. So let's see, this green-red edge is almost complete, so let's work on that. There's one here on the opposite side, but it's in the wrong orientation. So I'll show you how to orient that here. So what you do is move down, F, and then move this opposite side down, so it's in place, and then undo the F move, and then it works. And then match them into place, and then you can replace it with that previous edge you just put into that layer. And so now it works. So that's basically all you need to know to solve the edges, but there is one parity case for the edges, and I'll teach you a shortcut for pairing up edges. So in this case, you have one flipped edge, and you have the other edge correctly in the correct orientation. So what you do, I'll use notation, is U, W, R, U, R prime, F, and then you do another R prime, F prime, R, and then a UW prime. And then that'll finish those edges for you. There's one parity case, which is this parity case, in which you have no more edges you can replace pieces with. See? Everything except for 2 edges are done. So the only choice you have now is to swap 2 edges like this. They might be in incorrect orientation like this, but they have to be both opposite from each other like this. So this red-white has to go in this red-white slot, and this green-white has to go in this green-white slot. So the pieces you have to swap will be on the right side, and you'll perform this algorithm. LW prime, U2, LW prime, U2, F2, LW prime, F2, RW, U2, RW prime, U2, and then LW2. And then that will swap 2 edges. So those are all the algorithms and techniques you need to know to solve the Rubik's 5x5 or 5x5 cube. And we will have a part, the last part will be solve like a 3x3. And although you should know that from our previous tutorials, what Eugene will just do, he'll just do some sample solves for you because there isn't parity on a 5x5. So yeah, the next video and the last part of this tutorial will just be Eugene doing some sample solves. So thanks for watching this tutorial, and thanks for watching.
Kyle, stop thinking so loudly.